Hi, I'm Jeff. Imagine knowing someone so well, or at least thinking you do, and then discovering they're hiding a terrifying secret. Today, we're diving deep into the chilling story of Dennis Rader, better known as the BTK Killer, and uncovering the shocking clues that everyone missed. Trust me, you won't look at your neighbors the same way again. Dennis Rader wasn't your typical killer lurking in the shadows. He was the type of guy you'd wave at from across the street, a devoted husband, father, an active member of his local church. People genuinely liked him. So how did someone so seemingly normal become one of America's most notorious serial killers? BTK stands for bind, torture, kill, words Rader himself chose to describe his horrific method. From 1974 to 1991, he brutally took the lives of 10 innocent people in Wichita, Kansas. But here's the terrifying question. How did he evade capture for so long, living openly in plain sight? Part of the answer lies in Rader's cunning ability to blend in perfectly. He had everyone fooled. His neighbors, colleagues, even his own family had no idea about his twisted double life. But there was a huge clue everyone missed, hidden in plain sight. Curious yet? Keep listening because the details are chilling. Rader was obsessed with control, a trait common among serial killers. This obsession didn't just stop at his victims, it extended into every aspect of his life. He worked as a compliance officer, enforcing city ordinances meticulously, issuing citations for even minor infractions like grass height violations. Ironically, it was this need for absolute control that eventually led to his downfall. But how exactly did this obsessive behavior betray him? Before we get there, let's look at something even more unsettling. Rader's interactions with the media. You see, he craved recognition for his crimes. He taunted police and journalists, sending cryptic letters and puzzles that hinted at his identity. He thrived on the attention, confident he'd never be caught. But here's the twist. Did he intentionally leave clues? Or was it arrogance that ultimately got the best of him? In one chilling incident, Rader actually called 911 to report his own murders, calmly describing his crimes in detail. Police were baffled. Who would have suspected an ordinary family man? Yet even with all this, no one connected the dots. Was it incompetence, disbelief, or something else entirely that let Rader slip through their fingers? Despite a massive investigation, Rader remained hidden. He became bolder, believing he was untouchable, but eventually his ego made him careless. In 2004, years after his last known murder, Rader resumed his communication with authorities, leaving them a new puzzle, a floppy disk. He asked the police if they could trace it, and astonishingly trusted their answer. But here's the thing, could law enforcement finally have the upper hand, or was Rader still in control? What police found next shattered everything they thought they knew about Dennis Rader. The disk contained metadata pointing directly to his church computer and his username, Dennis. It was the critical mistake they needed. But how did investigators ensure they finally had their man, especially when they'd been fooled so many times before? Stay with me because coming up next, we'll uncover exactly how police used this critical clue to capture the BTK Killer, and the shocking reaction from his own family when they discovered the horrifying truth. You won't believe the lengths Rader went to conceal his dark side, or how one tiny mistake brought down one of America's most elusive killers. When investigators finally traced the disc to Dennis Rader's church, they knew they had their man. But before confronting him, they needed ironclad proof. So they discreetly collected DNA samples from his daughter's medical tests, matching them conclusively to evidence found at crime scenes decades earlier. Imagine the moment investigators realized the killer had been hiding in plain sight for years, blending seamlessly into everyday life. But how did Rader react when his carefully constructed facade finally crumbled? In February 2005, police arrested Dennis Rader, confronting him with overwhelming evidence. Initially, he denied everything. But as detectives meticulously laid out their case, Rader's facade shattered, and he calmly began detailing his horrific crimes without emotion or remorse. Watching him confess, detectives faced another disturbing question. How could someone so calculated and emotionless live unnoticed among ordinary people for so long? The answer lies in Rader's chilling ability to compartmentalize his life. He completely separated his violent urges from his role as a respected community member, father, and husband. In court, his chillingly calm demeanor shocked everyone. He described his crimes as casually as someone might discuss their daily routine. But here's a haunting twist you might not know. How did his own family handle the revelation of his dark secret? Rader's family, especially his daughter Carrie, was utterly devastated. In a moment, their loving husband and father became a monstrous stranger. Carrie later spoke publicly about grappling with disbelief, confusion, and heartbreak. How could the man who taught her to ride a bike also be the BTK Killer? Her story became a tragic example of how deeply a killer's double life can damage those closest to him. But how did Rader himself explain his dual identity? According to psychologists, Rader exhibited traits of psychopathy and narcissism. He viewed his crimes as achievements, carefully documenting them as if they were trophies. In letters and poems, he referred to his projects, meticulously planning and controlling each detail. His need for dominance didn't just manifest in violence, it dictated every aspect of his existence. But the crucial question remains: could anything have prevented this nightmare sooner? Rader's case exposed significant gaps in criminal profiling and public awareness at the time. His ordinary appearance and ability to mask psychopathic traits challenged common stereotypes of serial killers. Law enforcement learned a critical lesson about looking beyond the obvious, recognizing that evil can indeed lurk behind the most unassuming faces. But what happened to Rader afterward? Did he ever show genuine remorse for his crimes? Despite a guilty plea and multiple life sentences, Rader never displayed true remorse. He only expressed regret for being caught and losing control of his carefully managed persona. Even in prison, he sought media attention, continuing to assert his twisted legacy. This disturbing truth raises yet another unsettling question. Could someone like Dennis Rader ever be truly rehabilitated? While psychologists largely agree psychopaths rarely experience genuine rehabilitation, Rader's case emphasizes the need for early recognition and intervention strategies. His life forces us to reconsider our assumptions about good, evil, and the true face of danger, challenging everything we think we know about human behavior. So, next time you see someone who seems perfectly ordinary, ask yourself this chilling question: do you really know who they are? And that's exactly what we've uncovered today. The terrifying story of Dennis Rader, the BTK Killer, and the hidden signs everyone missed. Now, it's your turn. Do you think there are others out there like Rader, hiding in plain sight? Drop your thoughts below. I'd love to hear your perspective. Stay vigilant, stay curious, and never stop questioning the world around you.